So we can get into some of the scheme and breaking down some of the players, but I want to start one specific spot on something that's still bothering me from last night, and it's Demario Douglas, because he played the first two drives. He played 6 out of 16 snaps. He was targeted twice. He caught both of them. He was awesome after the catch until Bradley Chubb made a great play behind him and forced a fumble. And he wasn't seen from, again, outside of a few punt returns because Marcus Jones got hurt, but he never played another offensive snap throughout the night. And we can actually hear, Bill was asked about it after the game, and we can hear his response quickly.
What went into the decision to keep Demario Douglas off the field after his first quarter fumble?
Yeah, we played all of our skill players. They all played.
I don't think we saw him take another offensive snap after that play.
Well, I mean, look, we had a lot of production on offense, so. Parker had a good day, Gesicki had a good day, Hunter had a good day, Juju, KB, so, a lot of good players. Can't play everybody.
So they played everyone, he said, and they had a lot of offensive production, which I don't know if, 4.1 yards per play, like under 300 yards on 70 plays is a lot of good offensive production for you, Alex, but they need Demario Douglas out there. He's their most, dynamic route runner. I know he fumbled after the catch, but he averaged 9.5 yards per catch, according to PFF, and the rest of the receivers was like 2.5, 2.6. So they need that skill set out there as much as possible. I understand if you want to bench him a series, 2 series, like let him know the point, ball security, but they need him out there, and this can't be a multi-week thing.
Ever wish you could navigate the betting field with the confidence of a pro? Enter OddsR. They're not a sports book, but they're the sports betting advisor you've always needed. It's like having a playbook for smarter bets right in your pocket. I've been absolutely loving the experience, and I think you will too. Especially since Patriots Press Pass listeners get a 30-day free trial. Elevate your game day and join the smart betting revolution. Go get it at oddsr.com/presspass. That's oddsr.com/presspass.
I understand if you want to bench him a series, 2 series, like let him know the point, ball security, but they need him out there, and this can't be a multi-week thing.
It really can't. And that was so bad last night. So bad. And all right, let me start here. Fumbles happen. They're bad. Fumbles are bad. You don't want to turn the ball over. You don't. But they do happen. The reality of the game. It's not like he was careless with the football. It was a really good play by, it was David Long Jr., right? Who forced that?
Chubb. That one was Chubb.
Bradley Chubb. I don't know why I've been thinking it was Long. Long was the one who had the costly sack later in the game.
Yeah.
That's a really great play by Bradley Chubb. And look, he's a rookie. He pulls away from linebackers in college. He's not going to do it in the NFL. He needs to learn that. You want to sit him down. You want to give him a drive off. You want to give him the second quarter off. I get it. I'm not excusing the fumble, but man, you can't do this thing where you just bury a guy for one mistake, where you never see a rookie again after one mistake. And yeah, I'm legitimately worried we're not going to see Demario Douglas again this year, and they need him. They need that explosive player in their offense, because the other thing they did, they kept trying to go to plays for him. They ran orbit motion to Juju. They ran 2 tunnel screens to Devontae Parker, 2 of the slowest wide receivers on the team. They're not even getting Kendrick Bourne involved, but no, if you're going to bench Demario Douglas, you don't get to run those plays anymore. That's just the reality of it. But let the kid go back out there. He made a mistake. You don't have the margin where you can do that. They could do it once a long time ago, but they can't anymore. And he's a good player. He's an explosive player. Again, fumbles happen. You can't just blacklist a guy because he fumbled the ball once. And then for Bill to come up and say that and essentially deny the fact he benched him and talk about offensive production, 288 yards, 17 points, 4.1 yards per play. That's not offensive production. If that's good offensive production, I mean, one of two things happened. Either Bill outright lied, which is possible, which he doesn't do often, or he thinks that's a good offensive game, and it kind of proves this thing we've all thought, that they're trying to win every game 10-3.
Yep.
And that's why he benched Douglas, because and he sort of admitted it on the radio this morning. The most important thing is not turning the ball over, because as long as you don't give the other team a short field, he trusts the defense, and you take off that turn. Like, the stat I bet he's looking at right now more than anything else is, of the 4 touchdowns they've given up this year, 3 have been off turnovers. And that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about the offense moving the ball. He doesn't care about the offense scoring significant points. He just doesn't want them turning the ball over. So the defense has room to work. And you saw it in that benching last night. And that was so frustrating in the way he handled it. I mean, it's different because it's a different position. But it reminded me a little bit of the Bears game last year, where you very clearly benched the guy on too soon of a hook, and you just won't admit it. Because why? Because you don't want to embarrass him. Saying what you said kind of puts it in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And I'll bring this up too, because I've seen this point made. The fumble was a killer. The vibe changed. The vibe changed because they took their most explosive offensive player off the field. Let him go back out there and keep trying to make plays. Guess what? On other NFL teams, guys turn the ball over and come back in and make up for it. You see it happen hundreds, maybe even thousands of times in the history of the league. That a guy fumbles and then makes a play later in the game. It's happened here once or twice, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So that just, as you can tell, that one got me.
I'm still annoyed.
This is the kind of player they've needed in the lineup for years. We finally had it. By the way, everything else on that play up to that was perfect.
Awesome.
Great call. Great design by Bill O'Brien. You have Mike Gesicki kind of come over the top, pulls the defenders with him. Demario Douglas gets a clean release underneath, catches the ball in space, makes a guy miss, gets that cut, keeps going. If he just goes down with the ball, I mean, that's a great play. It wasn't because he fumbled, but give him another chance to make that play, and let's see if he's learned and holds on to the football. Because if he can make that play consistently, yeah, it sucks he fumbled. It's a learning experience, but you can build on that. Instead of, yes, he benched him. I don't care what, we had offensive production. We had to play everybody. That's a really weird usage plan. If you're going to play the guy in the first quarter, target him heavily when he's on the field, and then not play him again. If that was the plan coming into the game, that is a really bizarre usage plan. This guy's shown a ton of promise. I know he's still young. I know he's still a rookie. But there's only one way to find out. There's been too many young players they've had that make one mistake, and then we just never find out if they're good or not because they never play them. And that's how a lot of these draft busts happen. You got to put the guy out there and see if he can play or not. Because the guys ahead of him, it's not like they're doing anything more. It's not like there's some massive drop-off. It's not like you're like, we don't want to take this guy out to put him on the field because this guy's playing well. Devontae Parker playing super well. Is Juju Smith-Schuster playing super well? They're not. So you got to put him out there and see what he is. You just have to do that. Even if he fumbles once, it happens.
Yep.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by Fanduel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. When you place a $5 bet, that's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was going to kind of take that Juju role early on. Like, he was playing a lot, and when he was out there, he was getting targeted. And I had, like, those first 2 drives, they were mostly in 11 personnel. You mentioned like the vibe changing outside of the first 3 plays when they opened it with those 3 tight end packages. And then they bench Douglas and they basically sit in 12 with Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker. Then they mix in like Juju and Kendrick Bourne. And that's just, it's a slow group, right? It's not a very explosive group.
And that's why I want to bring this up too. And I don't mean to keep going back and forth with this guy, but I think it's an important point. Me saying that there's not a drop off to that group because they're proven. What does proven mean? Juju Smith-Schuster was a 1,000-yard receiver 5 years ago. Great. What does that mean? Devontae Parker toasted Stephon Gilmore twice 4 years ago. What does that mean? Proven. What is Juju Smith-Schuster proven? He missed the whole spring and wasn't available in the summer. He wasn't a part of the offense in the summer. He wasn't involved in the summer. Not available, involved. It's a what have you done for me lately league. Demario Douglas looked better than Devontae Parker and Juju Smith-Schuster did this summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're getting proven guys, go. Calvin Johnson's very proven. Go pull him out of retirement. I'm sorry. I hate this. We've done this with Mac, and we do this with all these different positions. I hate this argument. Oh, he's proven. then go get Jerry Rice. He's certainly proven. Then go get why don't we call Rob Gronkowski? Why don't we call Julian Edelman? They're proven. They've proven they can do it. It's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. If you took someone who'd never watched, football before and just said watch from the start of the spring or summer to now, they would all say Demario Douglas deserves to be on the field over.
Just to go back, because I didn't mean to pick on that one comment. This is the Patriots' philosophy: is the veterans are safer. The veterans are safer. They allow us to play a safe game. We're going to put them out there, but they don't have the talent to play a safe game and do what they need to do on offense. So you need to take some chances. And Demario Douglas, off what he has shown, not saying he's established, but off what he has shown, I think is a guy you've got to take a risk with and put on the field and see what he can do. And you got to give him a little more of a leash than just one fumble.
Yep. I definitely agree. And I just, like I said to open this conversation, I hope it's not a multi-week thing because they can't afford it where their offense is at right now. They need that skill set out on the field. And I'm not like Devontae Parker, good player, had a good game last night. He's your ex, like Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki, still good players, but
yeah, it's
just that skill set Demario Douglas have. You need that to complement those guys. So you just need him out on the field. And he said all the right things. Douglas after the game said, like, I'm going to learn from that. I needed that. I'm more aware now moving forward. He admitted he just kind of made that little turn and just saw green grass. And he's like, I got excited, honestly, and just he lost the ball. Great play by Bradley Chubb too. That was awesome. Yeah. So you hope
that was one of those, like, those guys get paid to plays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw Julian Edelman get stripped on a play like that once. Like, it happens.
Yep.
It doesn't mean you want it to happen. It doesn't mean it's okay. But no team in the history of the league's ever finished the season without turning the ball over. Even the really, really good ones. It happens.
Yep.
And you just got to move on from it. You can't let it roadblock you.
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Head to factormeals.com/PressPass50 and use code PressPass50 to get 50% off. That's code PressPass50 at factormeals.com/PressPass50 to get 50% off.